Hello everyone, hi everyone. I just came here for a little bit. I need to do a reading in about an hour from now, but I needed to come here. As always, I'm kind of sharing or giving kind of food for your mind, for your soul to think about. Okay, so I'm gonna give a couple of more minutes to see who is going to be here. If not, I'm just going to start shooting everything that I have. Hi Ben, how are you, sweetie? So let's see who is going to be here. How are you, sweetie? How is everything? So I'm gonna give a couple of minutes more. If not, I'm gonna start. Most of the time I just start. Anyway, I don't think I have the time to wait for a long time. The first thing that I want to talk is about spirituality. I have someone that asked me from one of the videos, from one of the lives that I did, why I said that being spiritual doesn't exist or it's not really a concept, right? Because we are kind of like following this spiritual path, and that it is what is spirituality. Being spiritual is a concept that all of these people, whoever invented that concept, created for make us feel maybe bigger, for make us feel that we are doing something wrong or correct or right or whatever, when it's supposed to be just who you are. You're supposed to be, instead of human, you're supposed to be who human should be, the race. We are human right now, right? But we should not be kind of trying to live a spiritual life as a trend. It's like saying, like, because I'm a witch, I have this way of living, or because I'm a monk, I have. See, it's like a title to describe something that we should be as it is. I don't know if I'm explaining myself pretty good about it, but I'm just who I am. I'm a spirit, I'm a soul. In any case, I would say that maybe we are instead of spiritual soul, whatever. I don't know what kind of word can be created from it, but spirituality is the path that we take to study. As you maybe go to the universe and you go through the path of it, right? You maybe start to become, I don't know, a doctor, maybe the bachelor's, whatever it is, right? Masters. Spirituality is to describe what kind of calling or what you are doing right now. Is the path that you are taking to fulfill, to learn. So my life kind of revolved through my spirituality, through the path that I'm following, through all of the learning, the lesson, the teaching that I've been getting. So spirituality should be whatever I believe, whatever I practice, in the meaning of practice. Hola Kayla, in the meaning of what I practice. And spirituality should not be for you to be comfortable, for you to kind of like give you excuses to act or to be or to do certain things. Spirituality should be that path, that journey of transformation, not of challenging, but transformation. Spirituality don't say that you're going to be learning and kind of getting rid Deshaciéndote, kind of like getting rid of the old, is telling you to transform that, because that's still your essence, right? So spirituality should feel uncomfortable, should feel challenging, should feel open-minded, should feel that you know and you feel that you are transforming, not just in your reality, in the meaning of how the things that you manifest, because of the thing that you are acting upon, how you feel connected, aligned. So if you have people out there that is trying to change you, that's not correct either. This is not about imposing things. It's for you to discover, to remember who you truly are with your own characteristics. That's why we have astrology. That's why we have numerology. That's why we have human design tools, even the tarot, the cards, tools that support us in that path of that we call spirituality, because it's just in that path that we can find all of those things. We can find other people that believe in those things or can support us in that path, in that journey. It's not about how I live, it's about what I'm learning. But still, it should be about pushing me, making me think about becoming a transformed version, my real version. In here, we have to go through transformations to finally be, not become, to finally be who you truly are. So if you have people telling you, in the other hand, things that are just that validate certain things about yourself, that validate for you to keep talking in a certain kind of way, to cut things out of your life just because, without teaching you, not because you are right, you are wrong, because you are a woman, you are this and that, just because, you know, if they're treating you wrong and you don't feel, you don't have to hold abuse, or you don't have to go through that, cut them out of your life. Things don't work like that. The universe, Father, Mother, is about unity. It's about learning. It's about growing, expanding. And we need those that sometimes push us. What we need is to learn what kind of soul contracts, what kind of lessons, what kind of learning, teachings they're trying to teach us. Instead of, I'm not telling you that then you have to stay with someone that maybe is abusing you. No, but you need to do it in a way that is not affecting you later on in your life, that is helping you and supporting you in the way that it is. I'm telling you not to react, to act, to learn. But if you have people in this business, in this field, whatever you want to call it, that is not giving you the tools for you to do it in a way that is correct, in a way that is making you grow, in a way that is making you expand, you need to ask yourself, is this something that this person really know how to handle? If this is something that people know what they're doing? Suddenly, spirituality, the spiritual world, everything that has to do with this path, this journey, is becoming a trend. It's becoming, it's stop being that sacred journey, that sacred path, to become who you, not to become, to be who you really are, who you truly are, to remember why you're here, to understand your own soul contracts, your own lessons, to be guided to maybe not go through it so challenging, right? So not painful, because it's not about being painful. It's about challenging and things like that, and maybe painful, I would say, maybe, but not hurtful, and things like that. And I'm having all of these ideas in my mind right now. But when you are listening to people, whoever it is, following people, a lot of things are going to sound good. It can look good. But if they're not challenging you to think, to go beyond the conformity of this life, why then you are walking this path? Why? This path is not to become rich. It's not. And I'm not saying that if you get it, girl. Fine. I'm happy for you. Keep going. This is not about not getting money. This is not about me or anyone. This is not about that. But you are not supposed to, or people is not supposed to get into the spirituality path just because I want to change my reality, because I don't like it. Because I want to feel good about myself. Because I want to manifest money. Spirituality should be the path that you take to feel aligned, to feel that you can find a way, a journey, a path, to feel that you are who you are meant to be, or who you really are. To make the commitments, to make the dedications. And you see, I'm not using the word effort. The effort is something physical. And maybe something physical needs to be done. I'm describing the path because I'm not going to simplify it with a word that is not supposed to be used for that, or to be used for that. You need to make the decision. You need to make the commitment. You need to make the commitment. You need to do the work, and then everything else will follow. I promise, everything else will follow. But it's not meant to change your reality. It's meant to transform your reality through yourself, to transforming who you are. It's not about changing who you are either. It's about you finding better ways to listen to yourself, to align yourself, to live in this human experience. But something has to be transformed. If, by example, I'm still a procrastinator, I'm still stubborn, I'm still flirty, I'm still loud, I'm still a person that shares a lot of love. I have my traits. They're not good or bad. They're just me. And that doesn't mean that sometimes I don't go and have drinks. I don't drink like that much, but that moment that I need, or I feel that my body is asking for it, right? That doesn't mean that I don't dance. That doesn't mean that there are moments that I can use bad words, but I choose not to as much as I can. I choose to keep living my life in the way that I transform it. So if you have someone that the way that they're living is not even how they preach, or how they're preaching is maintaining a kind of life that is not pushing them to really transform, they can change the way that they talk, they can change, but they're always going to go back. Because when you change things can always go back to the way that they were. But when you transform, no matter how hard you try, you're gonna still feel your essence, you're gonna still feel complete, but you at the same time know that it's not a way for you to come back. I cannot imagine myself going the way that I was living maybe 10 years ago, or how I was thinking 10 years ago. It's no way back, because you are transforming. But if you change, you're gonna find always excuses, no reasons, justifications to go back. But when you are transforming because you did the work, you commit yourself, I promise the world can fall in front of you and you are not going to go back to who you were, or the identities or the personalities. Your essence is going to be you always, but you're not going to go back to those old habits, old personality. And that doesn't mean that there are moments that those things don't cross my mind about, oh, I should be doing this. In the past I did it and it was easier. There are moments that even me can think about it, but my soul, as soon as I thought about it or I think about it, hey, we are not that person anymore. That identity, that persona. We are this. We always been this. And we've been happy like this. And that I can come back. So it's not about not creating. It's not about stop being who you are. It's being able to really put it out there in the best version, or putting it out there as it is, but for real, without identity, without hiding, without feeling that we have to change. And I'm saying that because I have someone that is having all of this. It sent me a video of this person, and you can see the person talking about certain things, and I was like, how I'm gonna emulate someone that is just giving me reason to stay in the way that I am, that is giving me reason to just stay in that human mentality, instead of still human, but in a more aligned, more, I don't know, more work it, I don't know. So please, for those that are following this path, make sure, question yourself why you are in the spirituality, why you are following this path, what you believe, what you don't. Did you really feel the calling to understand this? Did you feel that calling that tells you something beyond this? We are not just what they are telling us that we are. Ask yourself, did I came here just because I love energy, or I like quartz or stones, or because I just want to change because I don't accept myself in the way that I do, or because life put me in a position that this is the path that I need to follow? A lot of people start with the grieving. A lot of people start with dreams, experiences that they cannot understand, and that's okay. But if you stay here, know that this is not for a faint of heart. This is not just to learn some affirmation, just to learn certain topics, and that's it, because they make me feel good, but I don't have to change. But then I'm complaining about all of the things that are happening. So if you're following the path of spirituality, make sure that you are doing it because you really want to transform. You don't want to change, and it's not just your reality, that you really want to feel that you are you unapologetically, authentically, but being able to really be and feel the universe, the spiritual world as it is. Okay, sweeties? If a person that you are listening is not pushing you, is not challenging you to be uncomfortable enough to think beyond what is said, to commit beyond your limitations, or what you think are your limitations, right? If that person is telling you that you don't have to transform in a normal kind of language to change, but the truth is, as we were talking, it's not about changing, it's about transforming. But if that person is not pushing you to transform, to finally connect and align with your own truth, and everything that is said is just keeping you in that loop of neededness, of dependency, of not doing the work. And with that, I would say, like, a lot of them are going to use words because they don't really know, because they feel good, they are trendy. And that doesn't mean that they are not real. It's just like, and this is something that I've been seeing a lot. Oh my God, just a beautiful red cardinal just passed. Oh my God, this is so beautiful when the universe give you. And I'm in a parking lot, so having a red cardinal coming in front of my window, whatever, it is amazing. Because when I was kind of like thinking about if I should come here and say this, I have another person sending me another one that he was talking about codes, portals, channeling. I have another video that I saw recently that it was a person saying whatever that person channel, if that is the case, but in the way that it was sound, it was in the way that she was expressing herself, have a lot of anger, have a lot of opinions, or really, so it makes you question. It was really channeling. With this, I mean, we said, for as I remember in this path, we always talk about this path being energy, being vibrational, and frequencies, right? We talk about how the vibration can affect the water that affect us, how sounds are the universal language, or how a lot of things in the universe kind of move or speak, right? We talk a lot of making sure that we have this high vibrational state, right? But we don't talk about how we perceive things, and we don't talk about how we talk. So you want to transform the way that you think, you want to transform, and I'm not gonna use change because this is not about changing, it's about transforming. I'm gonna think in the way that I do because that's who I am, this is how I learned it. But in the way that I think, in the meaning of how I perceive, how I believe, how I communicate, is going to be transformed, that it is aligned with what I've been going through, whatever transformations I've been doing in myself. This is how it should be. But using words just because they make people feel that they know what they're doing, that make us, all of you, get into those traps to give them money because that feels good. We need to be careful with it. And I'm being always very vocal about it, and I need to change my nails, but we need to be very vocal. That I'm gonna be always vocal about it. Maybe it's because I have a Gemini sun with a Gemini Mercury in my third house, because I'm a hybrid, a Pleiadian Andromedan person, a spirit, and I'm really passionate about these things. But we need to be careful in how we speak and who use the words, especially in this field. The video that I saw, by example, this person, he was talking about codes, and I have codes inside of me, or you have your own code, you need to discover your own code. And I was like, as long as I know, codes are used to hide something that you want just a specific person, people, or in a specific kind of format. I don't know, right? Encoding codes, universal codes, and things like that. And I was like, the universe don't have secrets. It's not something that is a code that you have and I don't have. It's not a code or something that I need to awaken. What I need to do is to get access to who I really am, to remembrance my truth, to follow, to commit, to do whatever I need to. But it's not like you have, oh my God, I received this dream with some codes about this and that. You didn't receive codes. You receive enlightenment or information, knowledge, empowering, living transmission, whatever it called. Say the things as they are. Let's give the value of things as they are, using the correct words. And this is about everything. Effort, if you go and look for the meaning, it's about something physical. When you have to do something physical that is beyond your physical limit or something like that. That's why we get kind of like when we are doing exercises, we get pain or muscles or whatever. So effort should be used when we are doing physical things, right? And not just that. Effort means that you are comparing things to know if this specific movement or action is being taken longer or is being using more force or whatever. So I cannot, and this is I've been telling you for a long time, I cannot compare people. I cannot say like, oh my God, this path is taking you so much effort, or you're studying that, it's taking you work, it's taking you dedication, it's taking you commitment. Say the things, praise the things as they are, because we need to start appreciating things for they are, not for the effort. If I tell you that, oh my God, finally you graduated, it took you a lot of effort, and you allow that, and you say yourself that, you are not allowing the energy, the vibrational energy that is in anything that you do, unless it's something physical, because we have a way to measure that. We have a way to measure that. But how much you did whatever you had to graduate, to find the job that you wanted, I don't know. I cannot compare that. I cannot tell you because that person do it in 2 months and you do it in 5. Things are in the way that they are. But I know that no matter what, you overcome everything that you needed. That it took you long, fine. It took you long for what? Compared to what? We need to start changing those things so we can give us the prize, the high five to ourselves. I cannot say codes because I cannot give you codes. You have all of the information. I can guide you, I can mentor you, I can share with you, but you have them. You just need to have the right tool so you can continue your path. The other word that they are using is channeling. I channel this, I was putting the cards and I channeled this. Now we are limiting on making less what people, the mediums that have been doing channeling for so long, that it take them studies, going through a lot of processes, less of what that is, because now every person can channel. Did you know what channel is? If you look the definition of the word, it will tell you that, I think that I have it in here. Give me just 1 second, because I like to give the information as it is. Because it was something that, and I'm telling you this because giving you the right information, the correct information will take you to where you need to be. And if someone tells you, you use the word channeling have different meanings, no. You have maybe two, if I'm not taking it wrong. I have just a couple of them in here. See? They're just two. A direct toward a particular end or object. So, if I'm correct, that means that a channel is like a tool, right? Maybe like a channel TV. Something through me, you're gonna be able to see it, feel it, receive it as it is, without no intermission, without something, right? Advertises channel money into radio. Bring this to this without any kind of interference of a person serve as a medium for a spirit. That means that to become to be a channel or channeling, you need to be that tool for that spirit. That means that channeling just happens when a full spirit enters my body with my permission, because if not, it's going to be possession. So channeling means that I left my body and allow another spirit, another soul, to use this as a channel, like a TV channel, changing channels, changing spirits, and receive whatever is needed to be. I'm not gonna receive it. I'm just, the spirit is channeling through me to you. So you are the one receiving it, not me. That's why a lot of channels, a lot of mediums don't remember what they said. Sometimes they have to record themselves or have people taking notes so they can remember, because they weren't in this body. So saying someone that I channel information and then give it to you, unless it's someone that I know that channel is spirit, not information. What I can do is receive, download a lot of information. And if I download information, I can give it to you as I download it. Hey, I was connected like a computer, and people that know me know that I say that. I received this information. I'm downloading information, and I'm gonna, like a computer, I'm gonna be telling you, but I'm gonna be present. I know what I'm saying. And there are moments that my mind can try to interfere, but I'm downloading information from the source. Most of the time it's going to be from the source, it's going to be from the universe, from the energy that is around, but most of the time it's going to be like that. Now, I can receive information. I hear things, I know things, I listen things, I see things. I receive the information, I write it down, and then I give it to you. Sorry, but most of the time when I give it to you, it can have some kind of interpretation for what I felt in the moment of receiving the message. Like I'm seeing that when I'm doing my readings, I see the cards, because I read them in a more intuitive way. I'm going to be receiving information all the time through any of my ability. And I'm going to give you, I see this, so this may be this. Or because I know already, because I have my plethora of meanings, symbols, etc. I can tell you exactly, okay, this is this because of this and that. The way that I connect don't need a lot of, but this is me. But that moment, like, hey, I'm seeing this, I'm receiving this, and I feel that it could be this. Or this is this, and this is what they're showing me, and this is going to be like this and that. I can channel. It's happened to me. And then I'm going to be like, I channel an information. My friend go tell me whatever I said, whatever she did in the notes. But it still is going to have some mind processing unless you were able to hear it. But those that channel, those that download, those that receive information, they know that the spirit world never present themselves like they have this anger. They never care about human situations. They don't care in the meaning of how we care, okay? They don't intervene in human affairs. Let it put it that way. They can guide us, they can teach us, they can give us information, but they're not going to interfere. They're not going to intervene. Especially they are high beings of high frequencies. They want us, they really care, you want to put it that way, is for each one of us raising into a full power, into a full realization, to become one with who we really are, to see how we are not like a higher self version. We are that high version. It's just like we need to go to the process of this spiritual path, to the spiritual processes, to remember, to get that remembrance. That's why just there are ones that are more ahead of time and another ones are more awakened, so whatever. But we, all of us, we are here, no exceptions, to do it. We are not here to intervene. A person that is using their spirituality to get into saying, dictaminating what is right, what is wrong, if you should not do that, you have to be these advocates of this or that. I'm telling you, they're not that connected. They are not doing the spiritual work for the right things, or the correct things, I would say. We are here to guide. For those that maybe we've been going and doing this for a longer time, we are here to challenge, to awaken, to activate each one of you. We are here to be the voice of the guide, the loved one that are trying to push us, to challenging us to become who we really are, to fulfill our soul contracts, so we don't have to come here so often, right? To be able to enjoy and live this experience as it is, in a more happy kind of way. If you want to call it that way. So if you see someone that says that is spiritual and is getting into a lot of things using this, he's not doing the right thing. Because every person that is in this field understand that I need to transform first, and I need the collective to transform. And I'm not going to do that with violence. I'm not going to do that with criticism. I'm not going to do that. And it's okay to critique certain things, but with criticism, with, like, judging and things like that. It's about awakening the collective so we can finally learn and grow and expand together, so the real transformation, not changes. That's why we continue repeating a lot of things, right? But to transform, to really transform, to be united. Those that are following the feminine energy or the masculine energy, that you are separating things. Then we are not here for that. We are here to create equilibrium, a unity, to work together, to expand together, to be the amazing souls and spirit that we are. So I think I kind of like always talk too much, but please be careful to who you listen. Not everything that sounds good and sounds like that means that it's really good, or have your best intentions, or have the correct tools for each one of you. Be careful of it. The scammers are not just the ones that try to take money from you through spells or doing readings that are not good. The scammers can be people that, even that they have the best intentions, they don't really do the work. They are not here because they really care about each one of you. They are here because they want the money. So they keep you in that loop. They want you dormant. Suddenly, the spiritual community is becoming what they always criticize, the Christian community. We're becoming infected, corrupted for years or even centuries, I would say, I don't know, decades. With things that are just here to facilitate things, not to really make all of you grow. So be careful. Scammers are more of what you think. Scammers can be in any form, in any way. Scammers are more subtle of what you think. So be careful. Make sure that whoever you are going to be working with is not taking just money, is not taking time, your path away, the real growing. And then you have to go back and relearn everything. Don't let the good words and fancy words that are now trending fill your ears. And then in another chapter, in another life, I will be talking about quantum. That word is just another field. Even that is something real, I would say. This is something real, but the way that people is using it, the concept is not completely correct. But I say my piece. I need to go and work now. I need to do my 2 readings now, but thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And to share with me a little bit of your time, a little bit of your consciousness, and to allow me to keep growing together, to be that activator, to be that mentor, no matter what. I'm always going to try to be here. And if you have questions or you want me to talk about something, just always leave it in the comments, send me a DM, and I will try to come here and answer it for the behalf of everybody. Love you guys. See ya. Bye bye.